and Wolves for that 7th place, which would give them an opportunity to qualify for the Europa League next season. And of course, Manchester United, we are going for the top 4 in the Premier League this season, and this game is almost a must win for us if we are going to keep pace with the others in the top 4 race. And I think, you know what, even though at this point in the season, when Mourinho got sacked, we were not expecting to be in this race whatsoever, I think we need to win this game against Everton to give ourselves any sort of chance of getting back into that top 4. But before we get into all that, I just want to say welcome to everyone who has joined me, and please do leave a like on this one if you haven't already, and also subscribe to the channel if you are new, and make sure you leave your thoughts in the live chat and the comment section down below, as you guys always do. And thank you to all the guys that joined my previous one. Hopefully this one doesn't lag out. But so I also want to say as well, welcome to FootballFan148 Rashford, Ricky, Patrick and Yash and the All Round Podcast. Thanks for joining, guys, really appreciate it. As I said, please do keep getting your thoughts in and comments in throughout the stream, and yeah, let's hope we have a good one and hope we don't have any more internet issues. But yeah, welcome to everyone. Yash says big day for United. Win and we'll be close to the teams. No, win and we'll be close. Lose and we'll go 2 years behind the other top 5 teams. I mean, I tell you what, if we do lose this game, we don't get top 4, then next season we probably aren't going to challenge for the league, because it's very, very difficult for teams in the Europa League to challenge for the league. So I think if we do get Europa League football, we'll find it very, very challenging to push for the title next season. Kieran bounced back, of course. Welcome, Patrick. And yes, I did bounce back, obviously, from what happened. The fact that my stream kind of went down, and that is also the title. As I said, you know, let's bounce back. Obviously, we're coming into this off the back of a poor performance away against Barcelona and a devastating exit from the Champions League. So it's time for some of these players to step up and bounce back from that. And if we can't bounce back from that, then I'm afraid top 4 will be slipping away from us. Welcome to Sickball. Thanks for joining. Here goes 2-0 United, Rashford and Lukaku. I hope you're right, mate. I hope you're right. And by the way, Sickball, I know you're a Juventus fan. Congratulations on winning the Serie A title. Congratulations to you. And also, if RB Comps joins in as well, I'll be sending my congratulations to him as well. The All Round Podcast, Kieran, I have a good topic that I want to talk about on the call. Yeah, I mean, I'll try and open up the phone lines now. I'm not sure whether it was actually the Skype that made me cut out. So if it was, then I might not be able to do the Skype tonight, which would be a real shame because I haven't done the Skype in ages. So I want to do that. But if it was the Skype that made me cut out, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do it this time. Welcome to Nick Muller. Thanks for joining, Nick, as always. He says, you're not in League One like Ipswich, but we'll bounce back. Yeah, of course. Ipswich, of course, unfortunately got relegated, and I do feel sorry for you guys. But yeah, of course you'll bounce back, of course. And Ipswich, hopefully, will be back in the Championship next season. Yash says, Ole really planning to sell Lukaku this summer. We don't find elite strikers nowadays, so hope we're not making a mistake here. Well, it's very interesting point of discussion, actually. We're going to talk about Lukaku in this stream because, of course, the former Everton player coming back to his old stomping ground. Hopefully, he can have a big impact in the colours of red. Hopefully, he can. And welcome to Rashford Jawara. Thanks for joining back, Rashford. Appreciate it. He says, Everton just don't try to get the win or point, because in their game, they'll try and cause you problems and take something from you. We can't score 1. We have to score 3 or more because they will score. And I totally agree with that. I think you'll see that in my prediction. I totally agree that Everton really is going to cause us problems. And I think the way we are playing against Barcelona in the previous Premier League games leading up to this one, I think you'd be naive to say it's going to be an easy match tomorrow. I think you'd be absolutely naive to say that. So we have to be on our best. We have to, take our chances as well when they come to them, because Everton away is not an easy ground whatsoever. Patrick also says Everton was the old Spurs. They had some good players like Osman, Ferguson, Jagielka and Fellaini, yeah. And I think Everton used to be, pushing the top 4 all the way. But they have dropped down slightly, but they are definitely going for that 7th spot, as I said, going against Watford and Wolves for that. So they'll be hungry to take something off us, especially after Wolves were held to a 0-0 draw today as well. So yeah. But the first thing I want to talk about, of course, is the opposition. I always start by talking about the opposition. And tomorrow's opposition is, of course, Everton. Now, The first thing I want to bring up with Everton is that they are bloody good at home against the top sides. Now, I'm going to give you a few stats of previous games this season Everton have had with the top four. And this might scare you guys. I don't want it to scare you, but this might scare you guys because their form at home against some of the top sides is very, very good. Now, their last game, of course, they played at home against the top side was Arsenal, and they did run out 1-0 winners, which was so good for us, and we were able to, take advantage of that. But of course, Everton did beat Arsenal 1-0. Another result that you guys might remember is that Everton earlier in the season beat Chelsea 2-0 at home. Chelsea didn't even score. And yes, whilst Chelsea are quite poor in that game, it does show that Everton at home are very much a force to be reckoned with. And we have to be on our best. And that's what I say, we have to be on our best. Man City, of course, went to Everton this season and won 2-0, but Man City are a bit of a kind of a cut above the rest, really, let's be honest. They also ran out 1-0 winners against Spurs, which again is a good result for us in the context of the top four race. Everton were able to hold Liverpool to a 0-0 draw. A huge achievement for them, especially because Liverpool are so good going forward. To hold them to a 0-0 draw, fantastic result for the Evertonians. So, it's not going to be simple for us. It really isn't going to be simple. They seem to really love playing against the big sides at home. So if we are going to get anything from this game, if we are going to get the win, that realistically we need to win this game. And if we are going to get the win, we have to take our chances and we have to be shrewd defensively. If we're not, I fear the worst for us because Everton will be up for it. They will be up for it. And as I said, Everton are coming into this one on a decent run of form. Obviously, in their last game, Fulham did beat Everton 2-0. But in their previous few games, Everton, of course, beating Chelsea, beating West Ham, beating Arsenal. They come into this game probably on decent confidence. And also confidence in the knowledge that they can go and beat Manchester United as well. So it's going to be difficult for us. I'm not expecting an easy ride whatsoever, and we have to go into it playing our best football, hopefully with a good team selection as well. So yeah, that's a bit about Everton coming into this one. Yash says Everton are good at home, so we have to be cautious and game plan should be good. Yeah, I totally agree, Yash. The game plan is going to have to be good, the tactics are going to have to be spot on, and team selection is also going to have to be spot on as well. Patrick said, just imagine Tottenham were comfortable at third and now they could easily finish this season outside the Champions League places. Our next season starts tomorrow, if you know what I mean. I think that's a great comment. I think, it's a good little snippet there. Our next season starts tomorrow. I think that's perfectly put because ultimately, if we don't win this game, we will have to start planning for Europa League, in my opinion. Yes, we could potentially still get into the top four if results went our way. But realistically, we have to win all of our games through the end of the season. We can probably afford to lose one, actually, but we need to win at least 4 out of our 5 games at the end of the season, and 2 of those games are Man City and Chelsea. So we're probably going to have to beat Chelsea. Man City, I'm not too sure about. But this is a massive step towards the top 4. A win tomorrow is a big step in the top 4 race. A loss is more than 2 steps back. It's about 5 steps back. Welcome to Dazza and the Red Devil. Thanks for joining, guys. Really appreciate it. How are you guys doing this evening? But yeah, Dazza says, good evening, lads. Any call today, Kieran? Big game, but it'll be a tough game. I totally agree, Daz. And by the way, just on the call front, I was telling Jack or the All Round podcast, I'm not sure if I'll be able to do Skype calls tonight because when I first fired up this stream, I actually lagged out and I wasn't able to do it. And I'm not sure if that was because I had Skype running in the background. So if that is the case, I won't be able to do Skype, unfortunately, which as I said, would be a big shame because I haven't done the Skype in ages and I want to hear what you guys have to say. So, unfortunately, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, please do, give me your thoughts in the live chat and get your voice heard. But yeah, Red Devil says, my man, how's it going, mate? It's going very well indeed. I mean, the only problem is I've got a bit of sunburn. I'm not sure if you can see. I've got a bit of sunburn, but it's nice outside. Sue me, it's nice outside. Playing a bit of football today, so I'm a bit knackered as well, but I wouldn't miss this for the world. Would not miss this for the world. Welcome to as well, Red Army MEFC. Thank you so much for joining, buddy. Really appreciate it as always. But yeah, And as I said, keep getting your comments in. The Red Devil thinks we're going to scrap a 2-1 win, but I think it's going to be difficult considering the way we've been playing, and I think you're spot on. I think if we go into that game playing the same way, I think we could be in trouble. And as I said, to you there just a few moments ago, Everton's home record against the top 4 sides is very, very good. They held Liverpool to a draw, beat Arsenal, beat Chelsea. It's going to be it's not going to be a walk in the park for us. It really isn't going to be a walk in the park. In fact, I would say if we win against Everton away from home, that'll be a big achievement and a huge confidence booster. So hopefully we can do that. And also welcome to Matthew Jones as well. 2-1 United, hopefully he says. And also make sure you check out United Fan Focus. They did their live preview just before I went live. Make sure you check them out. Link in the description down below as always. But yeah, so 2-1. We've had a few 2-1 predictions. As I said, I'll take 3 points. At this stage of the season, it's all about the 3 points, isn't it, guys? It's all about the 3 points. So yeah, in this top 4 race, if we do not get 3 points, I think it could be dead and buried. And usually, as you know, guys, I'm quite optimistic. But if we don't get 3 points, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Red Devil says if we lose this game, then we might as well play the youth in the senior team, as the senior team has let us down this season. I think so. We definitely let us down under Jose Mourinho, and even under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer the past kind of 6 or 7 games. Some players, Paul Pogba, for instance, has not been performing to the level he should be. Anthony Martial as well, Jesse Lingard. These sort of players, and we need them to step up. This is the time. The last 5 games of the season is when you need your big players, your big guns, your leaders to step up. But if we don't step up tomorrow, I do fear the worst. Welcome United Fan Focus, as I said. Link in the description down below, excuse me. The East Anglian Massive, you know it. The East Anglian Massive, the Man United boys from the southeast of England, repping, absolutely bloody repping. Patrick says, seeing Ole's tone change in the press conferences from when we were winning all the games and now is kind of sad. I hope it's still all good vibes in the dressing room and in the training complex. You can only hope. Red Devil says Midlands boys. Midlands boys, yeah. Midlands boys. Well, you know what? Wherever you're from in the UK, we all support United, and that's all that matters. We're all repping United, repping the Red Devils. But yeah. Anyway, obviously, we talked a bit about Everton. As I said, if you haven't already, you can rewind this video. We're talking about how Everton's record against the top 4 is very, very solid indeed. And also, Everton are going to create a lot of chances. For me, I think Everton are going to cause us a lot of problems. Against Arsenal, Everton should have had 3 or 4 in that game. And I didn't really watch the Arsenal game. I was actually away. But by the sounds of it, even though Arsenal played poorly, Everton played very, very well. So again, we're going to have to be very, very careful. But I think they're going to cause us a lot of problems. A lot of problems. And it's going to be a big test for our defence. Now, for me, I think he's probably going to go with Smalling and Lindelof starting. I hope we don't go with a back 5 because our success rate under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer with a back 5 has been kind of non-existent, really. So I hope we go with the back 4, and I think Smalling and Lindelof are the most likely centre-back partnerships to start in a back 4. And I think they have been solid this season, credit to them. So if they are there, I think both of them are going to be cause a lot of problems, especially with the pace in behind. You've got Bernard, Calvert-Lewin, Theo Walcott as well, potentially. A lot of pace in behind there. Richarlison as well. They're going to try and use the pace to their advantage. They don't have too much in the way of physicality up front, which is good for our centre-backs, but the pace in behind could be a real problem. So again, we have to nullify that. We might have to play a bit of a deeper line. We'll just have to defend much more cleverly and much more shrewdly. But ultimately, you have to defend well in every Premier League game. I'm not just making an exception for this Everton game. Every Premier League game, you have to batten down the hatches. If you don't, you're going to lose the game. But ultimately, the pace in behind is what Everton are going to try and use. Pace in behind and also set pieces as well. I think Everton at every single opportunity, if we give away stupid free kicks in good positions for Everton, they're going to really use that to their advantage. And on set pieces this season, Man United, we've been poor, and I'll be the first one to admit that United have been poor on set pieces this season. So if we give fouls away in stupid positions too much, I think Everton might use that to their advantage. But yeah, a few of you guys are joining. Welcome to ENRG 2017. He says, do you think we're getting rid of players like Herrera, Mata, Darmian and Valencia? Also, what would be your absolute #1 signing for next season? Keep up with the amazing work. Wait, well, thank you very much. I'm very, very humbled by that, mate. Really appreciate it. I do think we're going to be getting rid of a lot of deadwood players this season, or this summer, sorry. The way Solskjaer was talking about it in his press conference, I definitely think we are going to get rid of a lot of deadwood. He said in his pre-match press conference that some players need a bit of a reality check, and also they basically need to fight for their place. And I think I totally agree with that, and I think we do need to start being ruthless. I think the previous managers haven't been ruthless enough, whether that's fully their fault or a bit of the board's fault as well, because I think the board need to take a bit of responsibility for that as well. But ultimately, we need to be a lot more ruthless. So if we are more ruthless and do, what you said there, get rid of the likes of Mata, Darmian, Herrera, people like that, I think we are going to get rid of them. In fact, Valencia recently announced that he will be leaving Manchester United, and he's been a great servant. So, hopefully he goes on to do well in the rest of his career. But I think we are going to get rid of a lot of deadwood players this summer, and it'll be very interesting to see who we get rid of. Patrick said Towie is the worst thing that's happened to British television. I'm not sure, mate. Britain's Got Talent, mate. I tell you what, watch Britain's Got Talent. I was watching a bit of it tonight. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. That is ridiculous television. Ridiculous television. Shite. Anyway, before I go on a rant about ITV television, We'll carry on. The all-round podcast, I think it was good that we got knocked out of the Champions League. Now Spurs, Arsenal and Chelsea are in the Europe competitions, and their players will be more tired and we'll have a fresher United team. That is definitely true, but you know what? I would have loved a magical Champions League Cup run. I mean, who doesn't love a Champions League Cup run? Honestly, I would love it. If we're in the semi-finals against Liverpool, I would have loved that, but it's not to be, and it just showed. I mean, the golfing class between us and Barcelona was frankly frightening, and as I said, if you want more of my reaction on that game, it's up on the channel if you haven't already checked it out. Everyone smash a like button. Thank you very much, Matthew. Appreciate the shout out there. And yeah, please do and go follow his lead. Matthew also says, I'm fed up of Young constantly playing crap and being rewarded for playing every week and the captain's armband. Just because he's been at the club for 10 years doesn't mean he's a leader. I mean, look, Ashley Young obviously has been getting a lot of stick on social media, in the press, for his poor performances. And I think it's right to criticise players when they're not doing well, but obviously there was racist abuse, and obviously I don't condone that whatsoever. It's absolutely disgusting, some of the abuse that Ashley Young was getting. But yeah, I think obviously people are starting to criticise him, and I think unfortunately I feel like Ashley Young is coming to the end of his career at Manchester United, and maybe even his footballing career. As I said in the Barcelona review, I thought Ashley Young in that game might have had his Gary Neville moment where he's gone in and he said, oh, that's it, I'm done. I know I'm done. And I think he has been a good servant for us this season, especially under Jose Mourinho. I actually thought Ashley Young was one of our better performers. So I think ultimately, Ashley Young has done alright for us in certain games, but for him to be captain, I don't understand that whatsoever. But that's Solskjaer, and he's the one that picks the players, so we have to deal with it, really. But yeah, I think we are going to have to bring in a replacement for him. I'm not sure if he is going to be here next season. And if he is here next season, a lot of United fans will not be happy whatsoever. But yeah, Made in Chelsea. I mean, who actually watches Made in Chelsea? I mean, I don't have a single friend who goes, Kieran, mate, did you catch Made in Chelsea last week? Oh, it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I've never heard that sentence. I've actually never heard that sentence. Please do, leave your comment if you have heard someone say that sentence before or anything like that. Please do leave a comment about that. Welcome to RB Comps. Thanks for joining, mate. And by the way, congratulations on winning the Serie A title. Of course, our resident Juventus fan, or one of our resident Juventus fans. So congratulations on winning the Serie A title as well, pal. And yeah, congratulations. I think it's 8th one in a row. So Juventus solidifying their dominance, a bit of a dynasty there as well. But yeah, Red Devil says, Ashley Young has been a great seller, however his time is up and he needs to leave. Every time he plays, we're only playing with 10 men. Well, yeah, it's not just we're only playing with 10 men. The other team have got 12 men. That's basically what's happening. But yeah, Ashley Young, of course, has been copping a lot of stick, as I said, and I feel like it'd be very, very worrying if Ashley Young was still in the starting lineup come next season. I think it would be very worrying. Rashford gives his starting 11 prediction. I will be going on to my starting 11 prediction very, very shortly. He goes with De Gea, Lindelof, Smalling, Dalot, Darmian, Fred, Pogba, Matic, Sanchez, Rashford, and Martial. So there we go. I think that's very, very similar to the one that I'm going to predict, actually, Rashford. So, as always, great minds think alike. Great minds think alike. The all-round podcast says elite team: De Gea, Dalot, Smalling, Lindelof, Young, McTominay, Fred, Pogba, Martial, Rashford, and Lukaku. There you go. All-round podcast has got the insider track there, a bit of insider knowledge from the all-round podcast. Matthew wants to give Dalot a chance. I think Dalot would be good in this game. I did not understand for the life of me why we didn't start Dalot against Barcelona, because I actually thought in the previous games he was actually one of our standout performers. And yes, in our previous games we hadn't played that well. But ultimately, Dalot was one of our stand-up performers. I didn't understand one bit why he wasn't playing. But as I said, it's Solskjaer's decision. He must see something in Ashley Young, but I didn't get it. I really didn't get it. But I would definitely give Dalot a chance for this game, no doubt. Patrick says, my friend once said, have you heard of John Terry? I said, yeah, what of? And he says, he said, well, that shite's made in Chelsea. That shite's made in Chelsea. Oh, brilliant. Well, of course, John Terry, Chelsea legend. I won't go into his personal life because that's personal. Let's just say that. But keep him away from your wife. That's all I'm saying. The other point says, my mate from Manchester heard Carrick and feelings say Roman Rash are starting. Fair play. Well, I think it'd be likely that Rashford and Lukaku are starting, because ultimately we do seem to play a front two. Although I don't want to see a back five. I really don't want to see a back five. That's all, because we're not good as a back five. I'm not sure about you. I don't see us. I don't see why we play a back five. But anyway, but yeah, I'm going to give you my starting 11 prediction. Of course, you guys are giving your starting 11 predictions, which is fantastic. See, I'm going to go with a 4-3-3. I'm going to go with David De Gea in goal. And yes, before I get into that, David De Gea, I think we definitely need to get back, get behind David De Gea, because there are some Man United fans who are really getting on David De Gea's back, and it's not helping anyone. I don't know why it would help anyone to, get on David De Gea's back. I really don't. And yes, he made that mistake against Barcelona, but the amount of times that David De Gea has saved us over the years is mental to even think about. So to be getting on his back and saying he should leave the club is absolute codswallop. I'm sorry, it's codswallop. So we need to get behind David De Gea, and I would start him in this one. Back four, of course, Luke Shaw is still out of this one. I think Luke Shaw not being in the team could be a blow for us, I'm not going to lie. So I think we should play Dalot on the right, Smalling and Lindelof as centre-backs, and I would go with Matteo Darmian on the left. I think I'd actually rather Darmian on the left than Ashley Young. You guys can leave your thoughts on that. Three in midfield, McTominay, Fred and Pogba. And the three up front, I would go with Lukaku up front, I would go with Rashford on the right, and Sanchez on the left. I wouldn't start Martial or Lingard. I think ultimately they haven't been playing well enough for me to start, and I think to have them options off the bench, I think is only a good thing. But if we keep starting them, I think they'll believe that the level that they're playing at is acceptable. And I think as a manager, you have to be strong and you have to drop these kind of players. So for me, I would drop Lingard and Martial. I would drop them. So yeah, I'm going to go with De Gea. De Gea, Dalot, Smalling, Lindelof, Darmian, McTominay, Fred and Pogba, Lukaku, Sanchez and Rashford up front. Let me know what you guys have to say on that. If you totally disagree with it, please let me know. But yeah, welcome to TTX Productions. Thanks for joining as always, mate. Really appreciate your company. He says, good evening, lads. We need an overhaul to deal with our rebuild. Totally agree. We need to it's not just the team that needs an overhaul. It's the backroom staff, the board. We need a new director of football. A lot of things have to change. A lot of things. You know, folks, as Kieran always offers sound advice. Thank you very much. So do you guys, I've got to say. As I said before, I'll say it again. I love saying it. Make sure to check out all the links in the description down below if you haven't already. But yeah, TTX also says Rashford is not good enough. When he came through, he didn't knock on his door like Mason Greenwood is. I mean, it's an interesting one. Of course, Rashford in the last few games hasn't been performing to the same levels as Solskjaer, as he did at the start of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's reign as Manchester United, if you like. But I still think Rashford does put in a lot of effort, to be fair to him, and I think he does need to work on his game, and he's still a young player. What is he, only 20, 21 years old? He's still got a lot of time to develop his game, so I would love to see us keep Marcus Rashford, and I think he'll want to stay as well, but we'll see how that goes. Rashford says, can you believe that Jesse Lingard can score in the last 3 wonderful goals that Mason Greenwood scored? Can you believe it, particularly the 35-yard free kick? It was a brilliant free kick from Mason Greenwood, I've got to say. And actually today as well, I saw highlights from him playing against Derby County, I think it was. Superb goal once again. And I think he's averaging like 1.5 goal involvements per game. That is a mental stat. That really is a mental stat. So I hope to see Mason Greenwood in the squad. I hope to see him get some more minutes tomorrow. It's always good to see the youth play. As a Man United fan, that is what this club is built on. So it's really, really good to see the youth play, as always. All-round podcast says Rashford has dropped form since that Liverpool game where he was injured. He has not recovered from it fully. Yeah, I think actually you could be right there. The Liverpool game did seem to be a turning point in Rashford's career. Hopefully he does get back to his best, because I think Rashford at his best, when he's purring, when he's hunting down defenders, when he's got his ruthless finishing streak in him, he can be brilliant for us, and I think he can be brilliant, but right now he's not doing what we want, and I still would start him for his pace in behind. I think he can add invaluable pace in behind, and he can really get at defenders, but we need that finishing streak from him. We need that ruthless, angry Marcus Rashford. We need that. Patrick says, Rashford, sometimes you make no sense. Yeah, Rashford you are, of course. But he's a lovely fella. Lovely fella. Matthew Jones gives his predicted lineup above. I will read that out. I was just about to read it out before I got sidetracked. He goes with De Gea, Dalot, Smalling, Lindelof, Darmian, Fred, Pogba, Matic, Martial, Rashford and Lukaku. So playing Matic, of course, Matic is back for this game. And also, as well, he does go with Anthony Martial in that front three. And I think, you know what, playing Anthony Martial wouldn't be the end of the world. I just think that ultimately, the way that Anthony Martial's been playing at the moment, I'm not really sure. I don't know if he would have an effect. I really don't think he would have that much of an effect up front, but playing Anthony Martial, he has got the quality in him. We just need to see it a lot more. We need to see it a lot more from Anthony Martial. Patrick said, do you know who would have been a good player for us? Daley Blind. He is class. Always a fan. Well, Daley Blind, of course, is in the semi-finals of the Champions League, and we're not. So maybe that tells us something. But yeah, fair play to Ajax. Hopefully they do win the whole thing and stop Liverpool from winning it, or even Spurs from winning it. But yeah, obviously Daley Blind, he was very, very calm in possession. A lot of people got on his back, I think, because he wasn't the fast, physical centre-back that we all knew it. But, I don't know. I think Daley Blind would be a decent player, would be a decent player for us at this moment. But he's gone now, and we have to deal with it. I'm not really sure if Daley Blind will want to come back to United, but I think he's probably a bit too old for that now. But yeah, thank you for joining, Matthew. Appreciate it, mate, as always. Thank you very much. As I said, check out his channel in the description down below, United Fan Focus. TTX says Martial gets way too much critics when Rashford and Lingard have been poor for months. And I think you're right. I think Rashford and Lingard have been poor. And I think Martial does have a lot of critics. The Martial that we thought we were getting, I don't think we've really seen it, and I think he does have potential. Don't get me wrong. I think Martial does have a lot of potential. I just want to see more more of it more often. I want to see it consistently. I want him to be at the level of someone like a Leroy Sané or Sadio Mane, someone like that, someone who produces that sort of level of performance consistently. I would love to see that from Martial. Unfortunately, at the moment, we're not really getting it, which is a shame. It really is a shame. Herrera and Bayer in training, yep, that's always good. Players coming back from injury, always good for morale and things like that. And always good just to have other options in the team to choose from. So, and I think Herrera could be a decent player for us. I think when Herrera got injured, I think that was a bit of a turning point as well. I thought Herrera, really was a good player for us. And some people will disagree with me on that. But I thought Herrera was brilliant for us. And unfortunately, he did get injured. But that's what happens, when important players get injured, you do suffer a bit of slump in form. I hope that doesn't happen to Man City, who, of course, had Kevin De Bruyne go off injured today, because I want Liverpool to win the league. Well, I just said that, didn't I? I forget I said that. That was a Freudian slip. I don't want Liverpool to win the league. I want anyone but Liverpool. ABL. We are the ABL supporters at the moment. Anyone but Liverpool to win the league. Rashford says Wilfred said that Man United and the staffs didn't trust him, and that he would be and that they wanted to spoil his career. That's why he left United. I did hear a lot of stories about Wilfred Zaha. I'm not sure what to make of them really. But it's disappointing. It is disappointing. I think Zaha, when he first came to United, everyone thought he could have been a first team regular in the next kind of 2 or 3 years, but it just didn't work out for him. And by the comments that he's making, it seems like some people at the club stopped it from happening. Which, if that is the case, that is disappointing. And TTX says we need to do what Ajax are doing and get football people involved at the board. I mean, it seems like a no-brainer, but I don't know. I mean, it just seems like we've got a bunch of accountants running our football club. And that is why we're in the state we're at. We've got a bunch of accountants running our football club. But yeah. Don't clip that. Don't clip that. Guys, please don't clip that. I'm sorry. I wash my mouth out with soap. I'll do anything. It was a disgraceful comment. Anyway, I'm going to give my score prediction before we wrap the stream up. My score prediction is going to be a 3-1 win to Manchester United. And whilst I do think it's going to be difficult for us, I think we can get over the line if we take our chances. I think if we can take our chances early as well. I think an early goal will be the key for us. Because, yeah, I think if we get an early goal against Everton, it might be the key for us. Now, I did say that for the Wolves game, and we got an early goal in the form of Scott McTominay, and we still went on to lose. But what we need to do is get an early goal and then batten down the hatches. Control the game in terms of possession and just be calm about it. We need to bounce back. We need to take our chances, and I'm confident that we can do that. And I think hopefully the players need to be fired up for this one. They need to be fired up, and if they're not fired up for it, then they can leave in the summer. If you can't be motivated for a top 4 race, then there's absolutely no point of you being at the club. So I'm going to go with 3-1 United. Welcome to Diablo Rojo and Eternal Fire. Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. If you are new to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel as well. That would be absolutely fantastic if you could. Obviously, nearly at 615 subscribers. Our next goal, of course, is 650 subscribers. So if you are new, please do subscribe to the channel. That would be absolutely brilliant. I do apologise, Diablo Rojo. I can't translate. He says, "Yo creo que van a empantar." I do think that means, if my GCSE Spanish is correct, it means I think that it either says I think that we're going to win or I think we're going to lose or something like that. I'm not sure what that means, but I think that's something. Obviously my Spanish isn't that great, as you can tell. Welcome to Lennox as well, thanks for joining. Eternal Fire agreeing with my score prediction, and I mean 3-1, job done. That would be a brilliant score. And he agrees with it. Cheers, TTX. Thanks for joining. As I said, really appreciate it. And Lennox has joined us, as I said. Thanks for joining, Lennox, as always, and giving your support. And yeah, as I said, guys, please do leave a like. Let's try and get to 10 likes before the end of the stream. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Eternal Fire says, yep, sits well with me, mate. It sits well with me. It sits very well with me. In fact, I am sitting right now, and I'm sitting very, very well. But yeah, 3-1 United would be brilliant. And Lennox, get in there, Lennox. Great minds think alike. Great minds think alike, Lennox. 3-1 United. I love the positivity. I really love the positivity. But let's hope we do it. Let's hope we get the win. And 3 points is all that matters at the end of the day. In the top 4 race, 5 games left. 5 games left for the end of the season. Top 4 race. 3-1 win. Job done. Leave Goodison Park. And then we focus on Man City on Wednesday night. That is going to be a huge game for us. I can see you guys wanting me to wash my mouth out with soap on stream. I'm not going to. I mean, you know what? I wish I hadn't said that now, because I mean I remember when I was younger and I had to do that when I swore. Honestly, it was awful, absolutely awful. So I won't be doing it on stream. I might be doing it for a separate video if you guys want to see that. It's the most random thing ever, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it on the stream right now, mainly because I don't really have any access to that sort of stuff at the moment. But anyway, Allround Pog says 3-2 United. I'd say that all day long. Look, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it, guys. I'm sorry. I've pussied out of this one. I wish I never said that now. TTX is Phil Jones, what a goal. And Young with a Cruyff turn. Oh, yeah. That was beautiful. I mean, Ashley Young's Cruyff turn against Barcelona will certainly go down the highlight reel in history. What a brilliant player. What a brilliant player he is. I am surprised that he didn't get the Ballon d'Or this season. Genuinely surprised that Ashley Young didn't get the Ballon d'Or. Google Translate says, I think they're going to tie. Oh, fair play. United fan focus. Bring in the Spanish. Beautiful. But yeah, a draw. I think you could expect that. I do have running water. Yeah, I do. Don't worry about it. I do. I do have running water. Don't worry. But I'm not gonna do it. Don't worry about it, Patrick. Don't worry about it, mate. It's all fun. I'm not gonna do it. If Liverpool win the league, I might honestly do it. And if Liverpool win the league, I might actually move to the Bahamas. And I'll take you guys with me. Eternal Fire says, will Cardiff beat Liverpool and will Palace beat Arsenal tomorrow? Well, I hope both of those happen. Eternal Fire. I really hope both of those happen. Because it'd be great for us. So yeah, I hope they both happen. I don't think they're gonna happen. I'm gonna be honest. I think Liverpool are gonna beat Cardiff pretty comfortably, and I think Arsenal's home record suggests that they're gonna beat Palace as well. So yeah. Diablo says La Liga Inglesa es la más competitiva. Well, I know what that means. It says the English league is more competitive, very competitive, or more competitive. There you go. GCSE Spanish, I got in Spanish. So there you go. Lennox says, we need to win tomorrow or kiss goodbye to top 4. I think you're right, Lennox, unfortunately. And this is why it's such a big game. And as I said, if these players can't motivate themselves for this sort of game, then I don't know where they should be. They should not be in a Man United shirt. That's all I'm saying. And United fan voice says Google Translate got me through 3 years of Spanish. I tell you what, I'm totally the same, mate. Totally the same. I've remembered bits and bobs, but ultimately I'm no Spanish. I'm no Spanish speaker. You know what I mean? I'm no bilinguist. I wish I was, but yeah. But I appreciate all my fans across the world. So thank you very much, Diablo Rojo. Thank you very much. All the people that watch. Eternal says, I'm sure they'll be fine. Good Ollie Man United. Yeah, hopefully they'll be fine. I love the positivity. Lennox says, it's an imperative that we win tomorrow. Yep, it definitely is a imperative that we win tomorrow. And Patrick says, Pogba needs to put in a performance tomorrow. If not, well, yeah, Pogba's been missing. He has been missing. Where is Paul Pogba? I have no idea. No idea what Paul Pogba is. So, ultimately, he needs to put in a performance tomorrow. And last season, he played out of his skin against Everton away. I'm not sure if you guys remember. He got 2 assists in that game. He was brilliant. If he can do that again, we'll win the game. But if he doesn't, I will start having second thoughts about him. Apparently something's behind me. Of course, we've got the lovely Old Trafford Stadium to the right and left of me, of course. So yeah. But I would love to be here, honestly. Next season, I'm hoping to go to a few of the games, vlog them for you guys, and do all that sort of good stuff. That'd be absolutely fantastic if I could go to Old Trafford. But it's a bit expensive, and we'll see. But let's hope we can go to Old Trafford. Let's hope, because I mean, it'd be brilliant. Red Devil Weekly on tour to Old Trafford, but it's just a video that has to be made at some point. It has to be made. Paddy said, I think Ollie told him that he can't have a new haircut. Yeah, I know. Pogba's haircut has been very, very kind of neat and tidy, I've got to say. So, yeah. I don't know if that's affecting his performance or not, but I don't know. Hopefully he can pull one out of the bag tomorrow. And with that, I'm going to end the stream, guys. I think that is going to be the end of the stream. Thank you so much to all of your support tonight. Really do appreciate it. As I said before, please do leave a like and also subscribe to all the channels in the description down below if you haven't already. And leave me a comment down below on your score prediction and things like that if you haven't. Because I love to read your comments and things like that. But thank you so much for watching. And also on a positive note, as Eternal Fire says, we've got this. And you know what, as Lennox said as well, this is top 4 or bust. We have to win this game. Let's hope we do it. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I really appreciate all your support, guys. It's absolutely immense. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully with a beaming smile across my face that we're back in the top 4 race. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.